The second part of section 4.5 deals with yet another acronym. This time it's Cpctc, and those 5 letters represent something dealing with congruent triangles. We already practiced how to find congruent triangles in a proof. What we're going to do now is do the exact same thing, but then add a new step dealing with this new concept. So corresponding parts are parts on a one part from one triangle, one part from the other when they're congruent. So a congruency statement, remember, is when we say one triangle, triangle ABC, is congruent to another. And since I just duplicated this picture, I'm going to start going like this. Since A is first, I'm going to put F first. Since B is second, I'm going to put D second. And E will be last. And corresponding parts are every set of angle pair that are congruent, and it's also every set of sides that are congruent. So in triangles, there are 6 things that are congruent parts. You have 3 sets of sides, you have 3 sets of angles. So we're going to use those 6 parts to help be able to prove others. So Cpctc stands for corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. Now if you want, you can write that out every single time you do a proof and you use it, or please just use the acronym. So corresponding parts are anything that's congruent from one triangle to the other. So in this one, angle R is congruent to angle U. Segment RT is congruent to segment TU. And because these are vertical, these are also congruent, and to save time, let's number them, angle 1 and angle 2. So to use Cpctc, let's take a look at this proof. I'm given that BD is congruent to CA as well as BA is congruent to CD. And these are already drawn in our picture. They're already marked with 1 mark and 2 marks. And that's given to us. So my goal here is to find that this angle, angle A, is congruent to angle D. Now I don't know it, so I can't use side angle side as a proof. But I do know that these 2 triangles share a common side. Sharing a common side means we do reflexive. Step 2 is reflexive. Now on step 3, if I look at this, I have 1, 2, 3 sides and 1, 2, 3 sides. So my triangles are congruent. I'm going to use triangle ABC. It's congruent to triangle A to B was 1 mark, so D to C is 1 mark, and C to B and B to C. And the reason they're congruent is because all 3 pairs of sides are congruent, so we're going to use side, side, side. Now our final step, we got to finish with our proof statement. So if we're not there yet, you got to keep working, but we're going to be done right now. And the reason that those 2 are congruent is because these 2 triangles are congruent. Because they're congruent, each individual part of these triangles are congruent as well. So angle A is congruent to angle D, and that's because of Cpctc. Alright, so now I have one for you to practice. And I want you to draw it. I want you to pause for a minute, write it out, and then let's check the answer here. Let's see how you did. Alright, let's go ahead and go over this. So we know AC bisects angle DAB, so we're talking this one up here, and AD is congruent to AB. And I'm going to mark that over here, and that's given. Now because AC is an angle bisector, I'm going to say that the 2 angles are congruent. Angle DAC is congruent to angle BAC. And the reason is definition of angle bisector. Ooh, let's try that again. Kind of ran out of room there. definition of angle bisector. So these are congruent to each other. And I also know the triangles share a common side, so AC is congruent to AC by reflexive. And because I have three things in the triangle, I'm able to start using side, or angle, side, angle, or angle, angle, side, or side, side, side. Any of those. We're going to say triangle ABC is congruent to triangle. So I want ABC, so I need to go ADC. And that's because there are two sides with an angle in between. And step 5, it's new. Let's come up with a new color. Let's use green. Number 5, because they're congruent, we're going to say DC is congruent to BC. And the reason is because the triangles are congruent, the corresponding parts of the congruent triangles are congruent. So as you go through these, remember it's exactly the same proof as can I show they're congruent with a new step. I could give you this exact same proof, just change my final statement to step 4, or I could have it like I do now. Either way, you start the exact same way, you get to triangles congruent, and then you decide, do I need to use Cpctc or not? If I do, this will not be triangles. It'll be like this.